Charaka Chikitsasthana, ninth chapter, Unmada Chikitsitam. So Agnivesha asks about details about the Unmada. So already it will be mentioned in the Nidhanasthana. Details of Unmada we get in the Nidhanasthana. It is summarized here as Viruddha, Dushta, Ashuchi, Bhojanani. Pragarshanam means excessive trauma, stress, all those things. Pragarshanam or cursing Deva Guru Dvijanam. So these are all the hetu or causative factors of Unmada. Mainly it will affect the manas, mano abhighata. Mano abhighatu vishamascha chesta. So it result in because of abnormal activities, because of abhighata to manas or dushti to the manas, stress, trauma to the manas, psychological trauma. So all these leads to Unmada. So because of the alpa sattvasya, overall strength of the mind, psychological strength, psychological integrity will be less because of the less psychological strength. So malaha pradushta, because of the abnormal ahara vihara, the malas which get accumulated, buddhir nivasam hrudayam pradusha. So it will affect the hrudayam. Here the word hrudayam, we can take it to shiro hrudayam or the manovaha sroto ashraya hrudayam. So and it's associated srotamsi. So srotamsi means sangnavaha srotas, manovaha srotas. So manovahani pramohayantyashu narasya cheta. So what it will do? It will cause pramoha. What is pramoha? Pramoha means a sense of confusion, a sense of ignorance, or the mind is not stable to decide whether it is correct, wrong, or mind is not stable to act perfectly. So that is called as pramohayanti ashu narasya cheta. So the cheta word means of manas. So the manas will be affected. So it will be under pramoha. That is severe form of confusion, what to do, what not to do, decision making, or character associated social behavior. Everything will be affected. So Manovaha Srotas will be affected, Sangnavaha Srotas will be affected. Its main Srota Mula, that is Hrudayam, will be affected. What are all the presentation or the mm, Samanya Unmada Gadasya Lingam? So this is the Vibrama. The means knowledge. So there will be abnormality in the knowledge, the cognition or the assessment or the overall knowledge, stored knowledge will be become abnormal. The Vibrama. Sattva Pariplava. Sattva means a positive thinking, positive being. So that positiveness will start reducing. Sattva Pariplava. Paryakula Drushti means unstable vision or unstable thinking. So Paryakula Drushti, unstable thinking. Adhirata. So there is a sense of weakness. There is no integrity, sense of weakness. So that is called as adhirata. Abadda vaktvam, abnormal speech, irrelevant speech. Hridayam cha shunyam, there is emptiness in the chest, emptiness in the hridaya, like emptiness in the mind. So this is called the samanya unmada gadasya. So muda cheta, the muda cheta means the manas is affected in a such a way that it is completely ignorant. It is not in a state of to understand what is sukha, what is dukkha, what is achara, what should be done, what is the dharma, hmm? What is the way of living, what is the way of thinking. So that is called as achara dharma. kuta eva shantim, which is brings the happiness, peace. So the manas is completely uh, unaware of all these things. Manas cannot assess, manas cannot reciprocate with all these things. Vindati, smruti, buddhi, sangno. So there is a gradual loss of smruti, buddhi, sangna, brahmatyayam, cheta. There is a severe form of confusion. So these are all the presentations of Unmada. So mainly Unmada can be classified into Agantuja Unmada and Nija Unmada. Nija Unmada because of doshik imbalance and dhatu imbalance. Manas, Manovahasrutas, Sagnavasrutas will be affected. Whereas Agantuja Unmada is because of external cause. So mainly it is five types: Vataja, Pittaja, Kafaja, Sanipataja, and Agantuja. The first one is Vataja. Vataja because of intake of Ruksha, Alpa, Shita, etc. Excessive Virechana, excessive Dhatukshaya, excessive Upavasa, Chintadi Justam, excessive stress, excessive overthinking. So all this will affect the Hrudaya, Smrutim cha Upahamti Shikram. So Smruti or the knowledge or the memory will be lost. So what are the features of Vataja Unmada? Asthanam. So irrelevant place. Asthanam Hasa means laughing. Smita, mild giggling or mild smiling. Hasa, Smita, Nrutya, dancing, Gita, singing. Vak means speaking. Anga Vikshepan, abnormal movement, convulsions like features, abnormal movements of the body. Rodanani, crying like. So, where these things are done? In Asthana, means not at a relevant place. If there is a dead body, the person has to cry. Rodana is correct, but there is no dead body, but still he is crying. Or without any sorrow, he is crying. Without any mm, good moment, the person is laughing, the person is giggling. Without any moment, there is person is dancing, person is singing. So Asthanam, Hasa, Stimita, Nrutya, Gita, all these constitute Vata Janmala. Overall, the person looks Parushya. These are all physical features. Parushya, Karsha, Aruna Varnata. At the end of the digestion, these features will become more prominent. So this is the Vataja Unmada Lakshana. Next is Pittaja Unmada causative factors. Ajirna, Katu, Amla, Vidahi, all Pitta Prakopa Ahara Viharas. So what are all the presentation of Pittaja Unmada? Amarsha. So there is no satisfaction. There is no sort of feeling of completeness. Always irritating. Amarsha. Sarambam. Vinagna Bhava. Sarambam. Saramba means excessive maniac like excessive talking or excessive behavior. So that is called as Saramba. Vinagna Bhava, irritation towards the clothes. Vinagna Bhava. Santarjanadi, hitting other people. Santarjana, making violence or hitting other people's. Rosha, excessive revenge like features. Always angry. Rosha. So there is a intent or loving towards Prachaya, where there is a shadow, Shita, Anna, Jalabilasha. There is a desire for all these things, Shitata. So these are all the Pittaja Unmada Lakshana. Next is Kafaja Unmada, Vak Cheshchitam Mandam. Walk or speech and activity, everything becomes Manda, limited. Arochakatvam. Nari Vivikta Priyatam means Nari Priyata means there is a sense of sexual desire, over sexual desire. Vivikta Priyata, want privacy, want to be alone. Vivikta Priyata. Ati Nidrata. Chardi, Lala, Balam. So right after intake of food, the Unmada features increases. Nakadi Shokalyam, whiteness of the nails, etc. So these are all Kapaja Unmada Lakshan. So Sannipataja Unmada will have combination of all the above three. So next comes the Agantaja Unmada. So Agantaja Unmada, because of curse from Deva, Rushi, Gandharva, or behaving like Deva, behaving like Rushi, or Gandharva Unmada, Pishacha Unmada, Yaksha, Raksha, Pitrunam, Abhikarshana, cursing of all these Deva, Rushi, Gandharva, cursing them. So all this will cause the Agantaja Unmada. Mithya Krutam Karmam, abnormal sins, etc. So these are all the causative factors for Agantaja Unmada. So what is the characteristic feature of Agantaja Unmada? So Agantaja Unmada is Amartyam, not of human tendency, not of human capacity. Anything beyond the human capacity. Speaking excessively beyond the human capacity, excessive strength, excessive activity beyond the human capacity, excessive virya means energy, excessive chesta activity, jnanadi vijnanam, even knowledge, vijnana, application of knowledge, baladibir, even strength. All these are above the human level, amartyam, not of human capacity, more than human capacity. So that is the hallmark feature of Agantaja Unmada. Unmada Kalu Aniyatascha. There is no fixed time for the presentation of Unmada. So because of Bhuta, uh, Bhuta may be a psychic features, negative psychic features, or maybe infections, bacteria, virus. So all this also considered as a Agantuja Karanas. Presentation is Amartya, beyond the human capacity. Next, individual Unmada features have been mentioned. That is Deva Unmada. How? What are all the features of Deva Unmada? What are all the features of Pitru Unmada? Features of Gandharva Unmada. So, like this, individual Unmadas have been mentioned. Not so important. It's very complicated, so you can skip it. If you feel anything very specific, very special, then make a note of that. So that is the Agantaja Unmada. So main three reasons for the Agantha Janmada is Rati. They want to be praised, they want to be Abhyarchana, Rati. Rati means sexual desires or physical activities which give pleasure. So that is called as Rati. Archana means They need to be worshipped. Last one is kama, sexual desire. So these are all the three main reasons for agantaja unmada. In vataja unmada, snehapana should be done. If there is any avrta marga like features, if there is any obstruction like features or avrta marga, then go for mrudu shodhan. Sasneham mrudu shodhan. For kafaja unmada, go for vamana. For pittaja unmada, virechana. Followed by that, niroha, sneha basti, shirashascha virechanam, according to the condition, according to the time. So these things can be done. So what are all the targets? Hrudaya, Indriya, Shira, Koshta, Samshuddhi. So there should be Shuddhi of Hrudaya, Indriya, Shira, Koshta because of Vamanadvi. Then go for Manaprasadana. Manas becomes cool, Manas becomes more saturated. So Manaprasadam Apnoti. Smruti Sannacha Vindati. So memory, recollecting factors, everything. Next, followed by Tikshna, Navana, Anjana can be done. Tadanam means hitting. Mano Buddhi Deha Samvejanam Hitam. In very severe condition, chronic conditions, like third degree treatment can be done, that is Tadanam, etc. So because of hitting all these things, the manas which is become very depressed, it can come out of the depression, etc. The manas becomes active because of all these Deha Samvejanam. So causing pain to the body and mind will revert the condition. Keeping the person in dark rooms, tamogruhe, especially in Vataja Unmada, Pittaja Unmada, who are very aggressive, so they should be kept in a very cold house or cold arrest, tamogruhi, or a dark rooms. Next, different types of activities like tarjanam, trasanam, danam, harshanam, santwanam, counseling, assurance. So all these can be done. So next important yogas will be mentioned. So among them, first one is Kalyanaka Grutam. Kalyanaka Gruta is also called as Astavimshati Grutam because 28 medicines are used. Astavimshati Yoga or Astavimshati Gruta. So need not by heart all the ingredients of the Kalyanaka Gruta. So some of the important indications you need to understand, and that is directly it is mentioned in Unmada, all types of Unmada, Apasmara, Jvara, Kasa, Shosha, Unmade, Mande Anale. Even it can be given in less digestive fire, Mande Anale or Agnikshaya, etc. It is also useful in Vatarakta, Pratishaya, Trutiyaka, Chaturtaka Jvara. It has some special indications which is not available in any of the yogas like Gatgadam. Gadgada, some sort of stammering, like some sort of very difficulty speech. In all these conditions, Kalyanaka Gruta is indicated. Not only for mental condition, It can also give good treatment or good changes in one dhyana, primary infertility, secondary infertilities. In those conditions also, Kalyanaka Kruta is given. Alakshmi Papa Rakshognam. So it will clear the Daridrata Alakshmi, it will clear the Papa, etc. Sarva Graha Vinasham. So Kalyanakam Idam Sarpi Shreshtam Pumsavaneshu. So it has the best activity as a Pumsavana yoga. So underline this one Shreshtam Pumsavaneshu. So identify the Gruta which is Shreshta and Pumsavana. Direct question. So you can notice these questions. Identify the indication of Kalyanaka Gruta. Shastam Strinam cha Vandyanam. This is important. Gadgada, which is not available in any of the yogas. Gadgadam. So these are all the important points in Kalyanaka Gruta. So it is Ashtavimshati Yoga, Ashtavimshati Gruta, Kalyanaka Gruta. So for the same Kalyanaka Gruta, if you add Stiradi Kashayas, etc. So these are all the other medicines, Veera, Ardra, Masha, Kakoli, etc. So if these are all added, then it will become Maha Kalyanaka Gruta. So what all the indication mentioned for Kalyanaka Gruta is specially available for Maha Kalyanaka Gruta. Other than this, these are all the other indications of Maha Kalyanaka Gruta. Visheshena Sannipataharam Param. So this is best suitable for Tridoshaja diseases, Sannipatahara activity. So that is the specialty of Maha Kalyanaka Gruta. Visheshena Sannipataharam. In the same way, there is a Maha Paishachika Gruta. So in this, some of the animal products have been utilized like Jatilanam, Keshim, etc. So these are all the parts of the animals. So this is the Mahapaishachika Gruta. It is almost equal to Amrutam, Buddhi Smritikaram, Balanam cha Angavardhanam. So it has a special indication. It will improve the strength body of pediatric age group. Balanam Angavardhanam. In the same way, Lashunadya Gruta has been mentioned, useful in Apasmara. One more Lashunadya Gruta has been mentioned. It is useful in Shula, Gulma, Arsha, Jatra, Paham. So useful in all types of Unmad. So many other yogas have been mentioned. Not good for entrance. You can skip all these things. Vata Unmada medicines, Pitta Unmada medicines. So that is about Unmada Chikitsikam. Next chapter is Apasmara Chikitsikam. So similar to Unmada, there is a change of the character, change of the mind, change of the buddhi, and decision taking capacities, and all those things will be affected. Whereas in Apasmara, So it is related to smara, that is smriti, and there is a transient loss of apasmara, that is transient loss of sensation, transient loss of consciousness, awareness. So if there is a loss of awareness, conscious awareness, and associated with bhivatsa chesta, abnormal convulsions like abnormal uh, static convulsions, tonic clonic convulsions. So all this called as bhivatsa chesta. Because of gradual loss of the sattva samplavam, the integrity of the mind body uh, is lost, and there is a tama pravesha, sudden loss of consciousness, bhivatsa chesta. So these are all the hallmark features of apasmara. So what is the causative factor? Again, abnormal ahara. Because of the abnormal ahara, it will create a mala, it will create a kleda, which will affect the avarana of the hrudi, avarana of the mind, avarana of the buddhi. So leads to chinta, kama, bhaya, krodha, arsha, udvega. So all these will affect the manas, manasya vihate, nunam apasmara pravartate. So this is the causative factor for apasmara. This shloka is important. Dosha vege cha vigate suptavat pratibudyate. So as the dosha, abnormal dosha, because of the abnormal ahara vihara, mala, kleda, etc. So these things will combine and it will affect the hrudaya. Pidayam. Because of the pidana of the hrudaya, there will be abnormal mm, mudata, brahanta, chetasa. The mind will be affected. So he will, or the person will see abnormal visions, pashyati, yasanti, rupani, patati. He may fall, praspurayati, abnormal activities, jihva, akshi, bru, sravat, lalo. So excessive frothing from the mouth, hastapado cha vikshapan. So there is a tonic clonic convulsion. So these are all the features of apasmara. What is the characteristic feature of apasmara is when the dosha vega or the bala of the dosha reduces, or when the dosha is completely wiped out, or dosha intensity completely comes down, the person get ups or person become alert like a suptavat pratibudyate. He will come as if he has been sleeping for some time. The person recovers or person come out of this condition as suptavat pratibudyate, as if coming out of the sleep. So that is the nature of apasmara. So vataja apasmara, pittaja apasmara, kafaja apasmara, sanipataja apasmara. Only four apasmara. Agantuja apasmara is not considered, even though there may be involvement of agantuja apasmara, but all the features will be again come under these four category. Hence, agantaja apasmara is not counted separately. So vataja apasmara person, parusha, aruna, krishnani, orange, dry color, black color, etc. Whereas Pittaja Apasmara is characterized by Pita, Fena, Anga, Vakra. Everything turns whitish, yellowish in case of Pittaja Apasmara. Associated with Trishna, Ushna, Anala Vyaptam. So there is more Pittaja features may be seen in Pittaja Unmada. Whereas in Kafaja Apasmara, Shukla Fena, excessive frothing, whitish secretions, person may see whitish color all over the environment or surrounding. So these are all the kafaja apasmara. Whereas sanipataja apasmara will have features of all the above three plus bivatsa chesta. So that is the sanipataja apasmara. So as there is a avarana in case of apasmara, so tikshne rado bisha kuryad karma. So tikshna shodhana should be carried out from right from the starting. Vamanadi karma should be done. In vataja apasmara, basti should be done. Pittaja apasmara, virejana should be done. In shleshmika apasmara, vamana. So that is the main treatment. So important yogas in apasmara is Panchagavya Grutu, made up of Panchagavya, Go Shakrat, Rasa, Dadi, Amla, Kshira, Mutri. So Panchagavya Grutu, especially useful in apasmara, Kamala, Jwara Nashanam. So you can see the consequences. Apasmara is there, Kamala is there, Jwara is there. So it can be indicated in the three conditions like apasmara, kamala, jwara. But when we combine all the three, apasmara, kamala, jwara, we can see the features of hepatic encephalitis. So there is a jaundice, that is kamala, there is a fever, jwara, and at the same time there is a apasmara, encephalitis features, hepatic encephalitis. So Panchagavya Gruta indicated in apasmara, kamala, jwara vinashana. In the same way, Mahapanchagavya Grutam. You need not buy at all the ingredients. Mahattad Amrutopam. It is almost equal to Amruta. Useful in Apasmara, Unmada, Shwetu, Udara, Gulma, Arsha, Panduroga, Kamala, Halimaka. So it can be given every day, Prayoktavyam, Dine Dine, Alakshmi, Graharogagnam. It will also clear the Alakshmi, Daridryata, Graharoga, especially Chaturtaka Vinashanam. Chaturtaka Jwara Vinashanam. So these are all the entrance points. Chaturtaka Jwara Vinashanam. Mahapanchagavya. So next there are different grutas have been mentioned like Brahmi and different set of medicines have been used to produce a gruta. It is not signed as Iti Brahmi gruta, but the same gruta is mentioned in Ashtanga Hridaya as Brahmi gruta. So you can take this gruta also for indication of apasmara. So it is called as Brahmi gruta. Sarshapa Taila has been given more importance in case of Unmada Apasmara. Sarshapa Taila. Kapilanam Gava Mutra, or especially the Gomutra is in the form of Navana or in the form of Nasya. It is the best medicine in case of Apasmara. Gomutra Nasya. Next, continuing the Apasmara, there is one more disease mentioned that is called as Mahagada, that is Atattvabhinivesha. Atattvabhinivesha is a condition where because of intake of malinahara continuously, etc., Vega Nigraha, etc., शीतोष्ण स्निग्ध रूक्षाद्यैर् हेतुभिश्चातिसेवितैः. Excessive intake of Shita Ushna combinations, Snigdha Ruksha combinations. Mano buddhivaha sira, manovaha sira, buddhivaha sira, hrudayam. So all these will be affected by the rajo moha doshas, rajo dosha, moha dosha. Hrudaya vyakule. So hrudaya becomes restless. Vishamam kurute buddhi. The buddhi becomes abnormal. Nitya nitye hita hite. So the buddhi cannot decide which is nitya, which is anitya, which is hita, which is ahita. So this is a condition of atattva abhinivesha. So what is the characteristic feature of atattva abhinivesha is vishama kurute buddhim, abnormal buddhi which cannot decide what is nitya, what is anitya, what is hita, what is ahita. So hence it is called as mahagara. So Tikshna Shodhana is mentioned, Shankapushpi medicine, Brahmi medicine, Panchagavyam. So all these can be indicated in atattva abhinivesha. So that is about atattva binivesha and apasmara.